Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today I have with me Manase Mose. He's an offensive lineman out of North Texas. Nice to have you on today, sir.
Nice for having me, man. Thank you again.
So, what we have here is a guy who's really been a fixture there for the North Texas offensive line. One of the leaders there, on that offense and in that program. So, um, we'll hopefully get a chance to talk to him about a little bit of everything here. So, Manase, kind of set the stage for us. Tell us where you're from and walk us through your journey just a tad.
So I am from Euless, Texas, around the DFW area, not too far from UNT. Growing up, youngest of six, come from a big family. Started football at during second grade, and continuously been playing since then. Played at Euless Trinity, high school and biggest high school football, in Texas. So, and then working up towards school at UNT, just kind of set it off when I got here. Kind of being like a trailblazer for many Polynesians in Euless, and setting a great example for them. And just leaving my career here at UNT, holding the NCAA record for most consecutive starts at 62. So that's a big accomplishment for me for setting the goal, and setting the example for everyone.
That is really wild, man. 62 career starts. Obviously, without the extra year COVID, man, you don't get there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a little asterisk there, but I mean, it's all good, man. I mean, it really just shows the fact that you're a very reliable guy. I mean, you go out there, you get the job done. A lot of people put that I don't know, put that responsibility on you to be that leader. So let's go back to Euless, Texas, for just a little bit. Talk about you in high school. When you were in high school, did you play any other positions or any other sports?
Oh, I played guard at Euless Trinity for 3 years there, and I also threw shot put and discus.
Interesting.
Yeah, discus I wasn't that very good, but shot put I could throw it.
All right. How was that shot put then? I mean, what'd you do?
I was throwing. I think my highest was a 51.
That's pretty.
And,
That's pretty nice.
yeah, I averaged around 48 most of the time.
So, what do you think about that sport? When you're go out there as a thrower in track and field. I mean, do you think that helped you at all in your development?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, it kind of helps with different type of techniques. Making you be versatile. They want to see what you can do other than football. So I feel like that helped in a sense, but no into because kind of took away from training from football.
Yeah, and
So
it's a little different. I mean, of the guys that I've talked to with regards to throwers for track and field, a lot of it really is it's either pure raw power,
mm-hmm.
and because a lot of guys don't even get the technique in high school. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
And then the other is really some explosion, I think, is what a lot of coaches would say about that particular sport. I mean, if the discus thing didn't work, I get you. Some guys don't get the form on that one, so I mean, it's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, you're a football player, so so why football, buddy? I mean, what made you decide to pursue this game? Why do you love it so much?
So I kind of got introduced to the game by my older brothers. Just normal playing outside, playing street football, just go outside, catch the ball, all that, all those little things that we do. And then gradually, my brothers kind of broke it down to me saying, the NFL's here, they could support with money. So, and at that time when they told me, I was already in love with the game just because, it was just a game. It wasn't business. So going throughout high school, it was a big thing for me to go to college and have that journey towards the NFL. And here I am today, still on that journey, trying to finish it and top it off.
Yeah, you're on the you're at the door, man. I mean, you're almost there. Obviously you're working towards getting to the pros. Um, so coming out of high school, you go to UNT. Was it always going to be UNT? You have any other prospects besides that coming out of high school?
I had a few others, San Diego State, Army, Navy, what was it, Tennessee State. But that was about it. But I really kind of just pulled the trigger on the first team that offered me, you know. So
That's fair.
yeah, they offered me right away my junior year in the spring, and I was just like, hey, no one else believed in me already, so I'm just gonna, give them the reason why they chose me. So
Gotcha. So let's talk about UNT there for a little bit. I mean, when you think about your time there as a student, um what makes that university so special, that campus, or anything else that you want to share about being a student there?
um, I say the environment. Coming here, didn't know much about Dayton, so I just continuously just kind of like walk around, drive around, just kind of see the city and all that. And people are just nice out here. They're kind. They kind of greet you in like a positive way. So I really like that and how they responded to me. Coming to UNT and just with the coaches as well. Coaches as well made me feel like at home. Felt like I was family to them. So that just kind of made an impact.
Great. And I'm assuming you've already graduated at least once. So, but talk to me about your academic achievements.
So I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and Integrated Studies, and then I graduated with my Master's of Arts and Interdisciplinary Studies.
Interesting. So, what would you say has been like your most difficult class there? I got to ask that question. So, what do you think is your most difficult class to date there at UNT?
Difficult class. Uh, hmm. I would say for me it was art. It was an art class I had taken over here, and it was like I don't know why it was hard for me, but like they had us going around, almost being like a photographer. They had us going around campus, taking pictures, and then giving a whole like description of why you took this picture, and kind of go into
Because
details of.
you told me to. um, well, I mean, obviously, maybe that's not your future, being a
Yeah.
photographer, but let's just say hypothetically, man. I mean, once football's all said and done for you, I mean, what do you see yourself doing like 10, 15 years down the road?
Kind of want to be a realtor. So I kind of have a family friend that's in there right now. So he's kind of putting me on game, and I'm interested in it. So I'm looking forward to kind of working with him later on.
Cool. Well, got to get out there, get your real estate license, and see what happens. So,
Yeah.
um, great. So, let's talk about some football there at North Texas. Obviously, like we had already mentioned, you've been a fixture there on that offensive line more or less forever. But if you were to describe that offense overall, how would you describe it?
Ooh, run heavy.
Run heavy. Does that suit your own personal, like I don't know, just characteristics as a player? Does that suit you the best or what?
Yeah, I think that's just kind of like my persona. Run heavy. Just because in high school, that's all we did, run the ball. We probably only threw the ball once, during my career there. But um,
So what'd you have, like a triple option?
Yeah, or it was
Gotcha.
ISO there.
All right.
So and then so coming up here to UNC, it was an air raid in my very first year here, under Graham Harrell. So we had the air raid during that time, and that kind of helped me develop as a pass pro. Help my pass pro get better throughout those 2 years, and then we kind of made that transition to run heavy. So we have a lot of great running backs here at UNC, and we just kind of rotate all four of them, and it was just relying on the old line to push through everything.
Gotcha. And so at least as far as I know, you've spent time at center and at guard. So how do you see yourself transitioning to the next level? You think you're going to be like a center full time or what? Talk to me about you as an offensive lineman.
I think I could do both, or I know I can. I played guard 2 years here, and then the last 3 years I played center at UNC. So, honestly, whatever team uses me, they can use me at guard or center. Very versatile, knowledgeable about the game as well. So,
So, I mean, I got to ask this question, although I kind of have my own opinions on it as is, but what do you feel separates you from a lot of other prospects out there? Is it that experience or is it something else?
oh yeah, experience for sure. No one could take away the game experience from me. 62 games consecutive. So, I have a lot of game experience and just knowledge of the game. I think I kind of set myself apart from other players or other offensive linemen from that standpoint.
Gotcha. And of the people that I've talked to with regards to you as a member of that team, they talk about your leadership. So, tell me about what it means to be a leader of that program.
Man, to be a leader of this program is to serve. Is just as so I'm a big believer in Jesus Christ. So, um, one of his greatest things was that he served, and so that's a great asset of being a leader is to serve others. So that's honestly what I did here was serve my teammates, serve my coaches, serve other students, in any way I can. Simple as if can I get a water? I'm out there. Yeah, I'm the captain, but hey, I'm gonna serve my teammates.
So, I was just sitting here thinking of something silly like washing the feet of an offensive lineman has to be like kind of nasty. But I mean, of a guy who,
Certain extent where serving goes to.
yeah. No, I was just thinking like, if it was something that you felt obligated to do, I'm sure that you would feel you know, called to do that if that were the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit funky and stuff, but I mean, I think that you'd probably uh you'd do whatever for your teammates. Let's just be real. So
Uh,
and that's kind of at least what I was alluding to. Manase, you again had a very long career there for UNT, and then after everything was all done there, you had an opportunity to go to the College Gridiron Showcase. So let's talk about that. Give me some highlights from that week.
it was very, insightful and just kind of soaking in everything there. They had a lot of special guests come and speak to us and, just putting us on game with financial stuff and experiences of them going through this journey of getting to the draft and into the NFL. So that was a great experience. And then just playing in their game and, practices, playing against, other seniors. So it was a great experience for me just to kind of get out there and help each other, help other offensive linemen, improve. Not only just to keep it to myself or anything like that. So, it was great talking with other offensive linemen from there and just kind of growing and seeing where our journey is going from there.
Gotcha. And the biggest thing about these all-star events is that is really relationships, and the people that you meet, whether it be the players out there, the coaches, but also you sit down with some NFL teams, and some other scouts. So, can you give me an idea of like that experience for you? I mean, did you sit down with anybody?
Yeah. So I sat down with the Cowboys and Cardinals. They had brought me in, and so it's kind of like a situation where they have all the players in one room, and then all the coaches in the other room, and one person will just come by and just yell out their names. It was just felt like a real draft day. So, and I'm just sitting there. It's like 4 hours come by. No one has called my name. And first team called my name was the Cowboys. So that was a good call. But I had like butterflies in my stomach. I'm like, oh, I don't know what they're gonna ask me. What to say. And I'm just thinking, man, hopefully my mind doesn't go blank when I get there. So I'm just walking over there, and man, we just end up having a great conversation with the Cowboys. Um, they just kind of had asked general questions, and it went well. And then the same thing with the Cardinals.
Great. So you get this opportunity to talk to these NFL people and go through those butterflies, which yeah, I mean, it's an experience. I mean, Manase, how are you taking this right now? I mean, when I say that you're an NFL prospect, let's just kind of wrap our heads around that for just a second. Like, have you been able to digest that thought right now? I mean, where are you at mentally with that?
Um, I've honestly haven't digested it yet, but like I'm just kind of going through it. Just go with all the experiences, soaking everything I can. I just want to be a sponge during this process and just whatever anyone's telling me, take it as great advice. So
Well, with all of everything in your collegiate career, when you look at the Gridiron Showcase and those 62 games that you were a part of, um, give me some of the highlights, man. When you look back at during your time, I mean, is there going to be a game or is there even a play that you will remember for like the rest of your life? Can you walk me through one of those moments for you?
So one of my favorite moments I've had here at UNT was it was a game against Rice. Last home game, it was senior night, and we're going kind of back and forth with Rice. Score is like 21-28. We're up by 7, and it's like the beginning of third quarter, and we I just remember going out into the second half. Our team was just throwing. We're throwing the ball. We're not converting much, and I'm just getting mad. I'm just getting mad. I'm like, man, we got to run the ball. Because that's where I'm at.
Right.
That's expertise. I would say so.
That's your bread and butter, man.
Yeah. So I was like, man, let's run the ball, and I just got mad. And when I came to the sideline, I went up to our head coach Seth Luttrell, and I told him, I said, hey, we need to stop passing the ball. We need to run the damn ball. I told him I had 3 times exactly. Run the damn ball. Like, run this shit. Like, excuse me for my words, but you know, we got this if we run it. Trust me. And he was like, all right, I got you. From then on, the whole second half, we ran the ball and we closed out the game and basically sealed our way to the conference championship.
Awesome. Well, I mean, and obviously, I mean, you're up against, one of your rivals.
Yeah.
You get a win over those guys is always a good thing. So, great. And I know you had lots of those, lots of similar moments there. I mean, again, I mean, with all your experience, I mean, having some great games, so people can go back and watch those and see your highlights. So, um, Manase, I want to step off of the football field for just a little bit and see if there's anything else about this guy that's interesting. So, give me something about you that you feel people need to know, whether it be your hobbies or other passions in life. I mean, or anything else you got going on. I mean, but give us a little nugget about you. So, go for it.
A little nugget about me. Well, Let's see.
Like, what are you into, man? I mean, are you into anything? Like, you got any other interests? I mean, um, you a big
I'm
movie guy or what?
TV shows
Say
like
that.
that. My things I could like sit there and if it's a great TV show I like, I can sit there and watch it for days. You know.
All
So
right.
like,
So give me
oh,
some examples, man. What are you watching these days?
so these days I just finished Keep Breathing on Netflix. It was just a little series from there. But I like watching Into the Badlands. Like all my TV shows that I watch is kind of it's action. I like watching action, fighting, along all those type of shows where it's just ruthless, just fighting. I like those shows.
All right. What about movies? You got any favorite movies out there?
Favorite movies? I say I like IP Man. It's a little like karate. The it's karate, and they're just in Korea and China, so all they do is fight in there.
Interesting. You have like serious interest in fighting? Like, you ever thought about like, I don't know, that sort of thing, at least for you personally, whether it be MMA or something?
Nah, never that. No
Never.
one
Okay.
don't want to do real damage to my body. If I can right here and here, I'm good. But
Well, hey, I mean, I had to ask. I didn't know if you had any interest in that at all, but um I know you're training right now, but when you're not training and maybe you have a chance to get a cheat meal in, what's that one cheat meal that you love to have? So, I mean, if there's like a local spot there in Euless, or somewhere else there in Texas, give us a feel for that one, I guess, dream meal.
just gotta stick to the Whataburger. You can go to Whataburger, get a patty melt. That's it right there. That's my
Okay.
cheap.
Um, Anything else there about your hometown that you want to share? I mean, I do want to give you an opportunity to just kind of tell me something that I don't know makes that place so special for you.
Yeah, so it's really special for me and the Polynesian community in Euless because a lot of Polynesians moved to Euless in about the early '80s, late '70s. So they all came looking for opportunity, just kind of like everyone else, and they landed in Euless, and they were all able to kind of get jobs in the airport. So a lot of Polynesian parents and kids are working in the airport just to help provide for their families, you know. So my parents both worked at the airport, you know, my whole life. So that's how they kind of supported me throughout my career, playing football, and and just all the things that I do. So that's always been why Ulysses, place love, So that's that, and for me, seeing that, it's kind of like I don't look down on it at all, but it's just we're worth more than that. So I see it as if this is the opportunity for me to showcase my talents at a stage, NFL stage, and be able to help create more wealth within my family.
Sure.
That
So, had to give a shout out to your parents for obviously working themselves to death, providing for you and your family. Again, a lot of siblings there. But Manase, right now, you're literally training, like you're literally there at the facility. I mean, I know you just got finished up before we got, started with this interview, but have you already had your pro day? Can you give me some sense of that pro day here soon?
pro day will be here in a week from today.
All right. Well, something to look forward to.
Uh,
You have any idea, at least maybe like a teaser as to what to expect from that? Like you know where you are with maybe some of your numbers or something. Can you give me any sort of idea of what you want to do out there for scouts?
Honestly, show my quickness. I think that's kind of where I kind of set myself apart from a lot of offensive linemen as well. Going into the draft is my quickness, and that's kind of helped me throughout my years. But for draft day, just going through the drills, doing the O-line drills, just showing off my quickness.
Nice. Well, Manase, I do want to wrap up our session. It's been fun getting to know you and your journey, and I want to give you the last opportunity to talk to some of these scouts, man. I mean, I know you talked to a couple of them at the CGS, but I want you to talk to the rest of those NFL teams out there. Tell them why they need to draft you, sign you, and why you would be a great addition to their team. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
When you see me, you see Jason Kelsey in me. Same height, same heart. So don't let this size fool you. I can only control what I can control, and I'll be a great asset to the team.
Yeah, man. And as we had mentioned, I mean, a guy who is a leader, knows how to be a leader amongst men, knows how to serve and do what he's asked to do. So do wish you very best of luck in this process. I know you're training, so best of luck to you next week and everything else you got going on in your life. All right, buddy?
Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure, no problem. Manase, Mose, he's an offensive lineman there at North Texas. Check this guy out.